Tonight, curbing speeders comes at a cost. How much are we paying to slow people down? Igniting innovation. These are the droids you're looking for.
God gave me a new life.
And the highest honor, two activists share the Nobel Peace Prize.
This is the CTV News.
Good evening, everyone. Many of us are heading out of town on the highways tonight, eager to get home to a Thanksgiving dinner with friends and family.
And now a new device is on the roads to make sure you arrive alive while traveling the speed limit. But as Wayne Mantiga reports, the new technology doesn't come cheap. Kayla Buchanan joining us for our weather report now, and hopefully good news going into this long weekend.
Very good news. We've been treated to the last day of the work week, of course, a gorgeous evening, stunning afternoon. And the good news is we can look forward to many more as we start to head throughout the holiday weekend. Still very nice outside across most of the region. Right here in Regina, we are sitting at 13 degrees. A little bit of clouds here and there, but it's mainly clear, and it will remain clear throughout the evening period, where we will be at 5 degrees. We should be sitting at 0 this time of year, so very beautiful night ahead of us. And tomorrow, another gorgeous day, 19 degrees. The wind's a little bit strong there from the west, gusting at times to 40 kilometers an hour, but still just absolutely lovely. We might have to talk about a little bit of rain coming up a little bit later on in the hour, but still gorgeous out there right now. And we take you out there now through our Skycam. This is brought to you by KFC, Dinner Plans Made Easy. And just another great evening to head out for a walk after dinner. And with this nice weather, we may need a couple walks after all the eating we're going to be doing this weekend. I will get to the full weekend forecast coming up a little bit later on in the show.
Thanks, Kayla. I think a couple of walks after the weekend will sound pretty good.
Yeah, at least, I think, yeah.
Well, with extra traffic on the roads this long weekend comes additional police presence.
Operation Impact goes into effect today. RCMP will be out cracking down on impaired driving, drivers who don't wear seatbelts, and aggressive and distracted driving. Traffic units across the province are participating in the national campaign.
The shoe was on the other foot for Regina teachers today. Booths were set up by around 50 agencies aiming to educate teachers about the services available to them. It's part of the second annual Community Agencies and Schools Supporting Youth Conference, also known as CASSY. Police, Child and Youth Services, and the Regina Open Door Society are just some of the agencies in attendance.
Good afternoon. Wednesday, October 8th. Thank you so much for joining us. It is midweek, but also a special day here around the newsroom. It is Tonaya's
birthday! Should we sing?
After we could, no.
No?
I appreciate it anyway.
You know, if we could chime in together, our timing not so good. Let's not even
I
attempt
know,
singing.
yeah, okay, you're right.
We'll spare you
Yeah.
and everybody at home. So happy birthday. We hope you have a very special day.
Well, thank you. I'm happy to be working today, so that's good.
Yeah, hey, that's a positive outlook,
It
for
has
sure.
all the makings of a great day.
Outstanding.
Absolutely. Weather-wise, absolutely gorgeous. It's like the wind died down for your birthday. And
very significant change.
Sunny and nice out there. So I think maybe after the show we should run out and get her a cake or some cupcakes.
Cake, yes. We'll talk to the boss, put it on the company dime.
Yeah, some kind of
happen.
treats. Also something pretty special happening very early this morning. Quite the unique event. The second lunar eclipse of the year took place right before dawn. Of course, the full moon, also known as the hunter's moon. When it enters the Earth's shadow, it turns that reddish coppery color. Absolutely beautiful. We did have a bit of trouble seeing it through all that heavy cloud cover that we saw here in our region. But of course, if you didn't get a good look at this blood moon, you do have another shot, and that's coming up April in 2015. There will also be one in September of 2015. So if you missed out this time, or maybe it was too cloudy for you, you do have a little bit
You do have
more.
another chance. You just have to wait
6,
8 months, something like that. You can pull it off, I think.
Absolutely. Weather-wise, of course, as we mentioned, a beautiful day out there. We are sitting at 8 degrees right now, and those winds, again, calm. Absolutely lovely to get outside and enjoy this afternoon. A little bit of cloud cover through the evening and into the overnight period, dropping down to -2. It is going to be a little bit of a chilly one. And then tomorrow, it looks like another very nice day in store for us. A little bit of clouds here and there, but still mainly sunny. We're looking to climb as high as 11 degrees, and those winds more importantly, staying quite calm again tomorrow. So a couple nice days ahead of us, and as we head towards the weekend, we might even get close to 20 degrees.
Oh, that's huge.
I kid you not, and I will have those details coming up a little bit later on in the hour. But now over to the birthday girl and a look at headlines.
Well, thanks, Kayla and Dan. Here's a look at the stories that are coming up at 12:30. We go live to the press conference update on yesterday's train derailment near Clare. The violence on Regina streets keeps police busy overnight. The man diagnosed with Ebola in a Dallas hospital has died. We'll bring you an update. And the Regina Food Bank is looking for donations. Their food drive launches today. Good afternoon, everyone. A fiery train derailment in east central Saskatchewan yesterday sent clouds of smoke billowing into the air and caused the evacuation of the small community of Clare. Today, first responders and investigators are on the scene, and the evacuation order has been lifted, though the highway remains closed. Now we go live to downtown Regina, where our reporter Dale Hunter and the province's Commissioner of Emergency Management join us. Dale, what can you tell us?
Well, the government has just been updating us on the situation in Clare following yesterday's train derailment, explosion, and fire. And I'm joined now by Commissioner Dwayne McKay with the latest information on what's been taking place there. Now, obviously, we'll start with the evacuated residents. They have been allowed to return home today, but are there any concerns regarding drinking water or air quality in that area? Well, thank you very much for doing this, Commissioner Dwayne McKay, joining us here in downtown Regina, where the government has been updating us on response efforts at the site of the train derailment in Clare, Saskatchewan yesterday.
All right, well, thank you, Dale. We'll have more details from the scene tonight at 6 o'clock. It was a busy night for Regina police, beginning with a call to a home in downtown Regina. There, police found 3 men seriously injured.
In West Africa, the Ebola epidemic grows faster than efforts to control it. The World Health Organization predicting the crisis will explode around December. Some have been cured of the deadly virus, like Dr. Kent Brantley, and things are looking positive for an infected nurse who was treated with Brantley's antibodies. But others are not so lucky, like a UN worker who died overnight in Germany, and the thousands dying in West Africa. Now, some healthcare workers in Liberia are threatening to strike unless their work conditions improve. On the other side of the world, Regina is being asked to contribute to the effort to stop the virus, with cash donations and boots on the ground.
The first thing that we're asking people to do is please give generously, and the easiest way to do that is at redcross.ca. But the Canadian Red Cross is also seeking professionals in healthcare, psychosocial support, doctors, nurses, and those with expertise in sanitary healthcare.
As of last week, screening for Ebola is taking place at airports in Montreal, Toronto, Vancouver, Halifax, Ottawa, and Calgary. Screening is not taking place at the Regina International Airport, and according to the airport CEO, to screen or not to screen is not his decision.
I would suggest the Public Health Agency of Canada makes that decision. They're the lead agency in all of this.
Hunter says for now, screening passengers in Regina is redundant, but the airport has a pandemic plan in place in case things escalate.
That's something that we've taken down from the shelf and we're starting to look at now in anticipation of such a thing.
But Hunter and residents across Saskatchewan hope that plan never has to be put into action. Tonaya Marr, CTV News, Regina. The call came out Tuesday, Canadian blood service levels hitting a 6-year low.
From April until just recently, we had a total of 119,000 people who didn't keep appointments that they made across the country.
Currently, we have about a 3-day supply on hand of blood products, and ideally, that supply should be about 5 to 7 days.
To meet the demand of local hospitals, Regina needs about 1,000 more appointments scheduled this month. Falling short of that goal could have very negative consequences.
If this trend isn't reversed, Canadian Blood Services will have to be in a situation where elective surgeries will need to be cancelled and there will be patient impact.
So far, response to the crisis has been good. The call for blood is being heard by experienced donors and first-timers.
And it was pleasant to see that there were more chairs filled in the waiting room than there usually are, so it seems to work.
I know that there are plenty of people whose lives could be saved if they have blood given to them in their own times.
Now it's easier than ever to donate blood. Smartphone users can download the Give Blood app, find the nearest clinic location, and sign up for an appointment. Plus, if you're already a blood donor, you can create an account and keep track of how many donations you've already made.
Appointments can also be scheduled by calling 1-888-2DONATE or visiting blood.ca. Tonaya Marr, CTV News, Regina. On Friday, this smoking pile of rubble was Julie and Attila Laszlo's family cottage.
In through the back door here, and there would be like the kind of a living room, like family room with a TV and stuff.
Saturday afternoon, the couple examined what's left of a cabin they built together and met the neighbors who stepped in the night before to save what they could.
What we try to do is, you can't save the buildings that are on fire. It's looking after everything around it and trying to contain the fire.
Move the boats, equipment, trucks, whatever was in the way that we could. Hooked up to other communities, people's vehicles, and towed them out. Tried to get what we can to rescue out of the houses.
To know that friends and strangers alike would step in to help means a lot to the couple.
Thank you. Like I don't even know you, and I really appreciate it. Because you don't want people to get in harm's way either, and appreciate that they were so quick to get up here and do that. That's very nice.
Officials say the fire started at around 6 p.m. in the small resort community Glen Harbor, located around 60 kilometers northwest of Regina. Residents say the fire started in the year-round residence next door to the Laszlo summer home and ended up destroying both properties.
It's just stuff. You can replace stuff.
A nearby cabin was also damaged, but its owner says he expected much worse.
What I was told was that, yes, it is our house, and our house is gone as well. That there's 3 or 4 on fire, and that mine was one of them, and it's gone.
Fettis says he lost items like a dune buggy and a golf cart in the fire. But the community's quick action and hard work by fire crews from nearby towns saved him from the worst.
I know them, but not well. I don't even really remember all their names. That's, they don't probably know mine until today. But that doesn't matter. Everybody sees what's happening, the tragedy that's happening, and everybody just helps.
The cause of the fire is still under investigation, and the Laszlos are waiting to hear from their insurance providers. But they know they want to remain in the community that was there for them.
Well, build another one.
Yeah.
Tonaya Marr, CTV News, Glen Harbor. After 6 busy weeks, the doors at Pumpkin Hollow are locked up for the year. But whether they'll open again next year is up in the air.
We received a letter in the mail on Friday stating that the RM of Lumsden is going to be closing our road.
It's a rough, winding road, and Herring admits they've had to close Pumpkin Hollow after rain when the road becomes impassable. There is another road leading into Pumpkin Hollow, but Herring says this is the road used by 90% of her 25,000 annual customers.
People are just more used to coming. It's 2 minutes off the highway, and that's a great feature. It's their selling point. We're really close to Regina. We're just, 10 minutes from North End Regina.
Herring says she's offered to buy the road from the RM and make improvements to make it safer, but her request has been denied. And now she's not sure that at the end of this bumpy road there will even be a Pumpkin Hollow to visit.
And it's really disheartening to know that we've built this place up, I'm going to get emotional here, and that there's just no concern to the investment, the time put in here, and just no forethought to even give us a heads up.
Lumsden area residents say they'd be sad to see the tourist attraction go.
Well, it's too bad to see, actually, with a small business like that that's trying to make a go and something for us to do in this area.
So I think it's a really great option to take your family out, and it brings a lot of attraction to the community, so for tourism purposes and just a fun family event.
Members of the RM Council declined to comment on camera, but in a phone conversation said no decision will be made at Thursday's council meeting. They said closing the road is only a proposal for now, a proposal made due to safety concerns. Tonaya Marr, CTV News, Lumsden.